What is of greater concern to us are the number of symptomatic unlinked cases that are detected in the community through routine screening for acute respiratory infection, or what we call ARIs. These are cases that emerge in the community with no clear connection to any existing cluster, dormitories, or construction sector. They reflect cases with unknown sources of infection. And if this number goes up significantly, we should be very careful, as they may signal an increase in the underlying community transmission. So to allow us to detect infected individuals early and to quickly contain potential further spread, especially as we open up in phase 2, we expanded our community testing to all individuals aged 13 and above who are diagnosed with ARI at first presentation to a doctor, rather than to wait for prolonged ARI of 4 or 5 days. This allows us to detect infected individuals early and to quickly contain further spread by putting them under quarantine or send them for treatment and isolation. With this expansion of testing for those all individuals aged 13 and above, we do expect the numbers detected to rise simply because we are now testing more rigorously, even if there's no change in the underlying community transmission. But this will help us set a baseline for us to monitor the landscape, the situation better. So far, since phase 1, the number of unlinked cases detected through our ARI swabs has remained stable, but these are still early days yet, and we should watch carefully whether there is an uptrend, and if that is so, and whether the uptrend is sustained, and if so, then we need to be very careful to look out for community transmissions. I should emphasize that it has been slightly more than just 2 weeks since phase 2 started. Economic activities and social interaction has increased significantly. And taking into account the virus incubation period, we should expect the number of community cases, especially those detected through enhanced ARI testing, to start to go up over the next few weeks. We must therefore remain vigilant. The task force has adopted a cautious and proactive stance. Once we see a possible cluster forming, we will move in quickly to impose precautionary measures to break the chain of transmission.